Hey folks, Mark Deering here with the Remax Cycling Team. Just wanted to reach out to you and talk to you about the one-up rack that I've now had for a couple of months. I want to tell you what I love about it, a couple things I didn't like, but they do sell accessories and what I fixed and what I do like now. Also wanted to compare it to a Kuat rack that I had for a couple of years and a few others. So check it out. A couple things I want to show you right off the bat is this one-up rack actually has a cathedral style set up to where each bike you put on goes higher a little bit. So even I did buy the third, which is going to go up a little higher, and then Buddy's buying the fourth, so it's going to be up even higher. Obviously, why that's important is when you put the bikes on, and you know, the whole issue of hitting the other seat, hitting the other handlebar, those going up in that direction make a huge difference. All right, so what else is sweet is that you can actually pivot these arms farther out to the left or farther out to the right, depending on where your handlebars and your seats are. Right now, these are wide open, both of these, but I kind of wanted to leave them wide open before I started to show you. So what you want to do is make sure they're not too, they're not touching, they're about where you'd want them. And then you just ratchet up. Just ratchet that up on that side. Still not touching. It's looking good, looking real good. Come over here. It's almost fully extended on this side, but that's okay because the ratchets start right away. So I only have to go up a few ratchets. So now it's locked in position. And it's nice and far to the left, out of the way of the other bike. So then you go up to the other bike. It's a little exaggerated how far it is over right now, so I'm going to move it forward a little bit. You can hear that noise. That's when the ratchet starts. Got that tire set up. Come over to this side. Same thing. Just ratchet it on like so. And the bikes are not touching at all. And they're offset a little bit, which is very helpful. And they're cathedral, so the seat height is not going to be an issue. So with the Kuat, which was an awesome rack that we had, still have, and my wife uses it, you don't have the option of moving it left to right, and you don't have the option of the cathedral. So if you're riding with a lot of the people that are the same height as you, the seat height, the handlebar height, everything makes a big difference. So that's one of the key factors. You'll notice here too, it comes standard with this size here, which this is, I think, 3 1/4 inches wide. Not saying it'll hold a 3 1/4 tire. That's the width here. And then you can get the fat tire spacing, which takes it out to, I believe it's 5 inches. And I've got another set that I'm going to put on this side as well. They do also sell an accessory, which I'll show you. Let me grab it real quick. This accessory here. So what this is literally you can go from a 5-inch fat tire, or you can slide this in here, and this narrowness will hold your road bike, your gravel bike, whichever you've got, without having to switch back to your smaller setup here. So this was a nice must. I've actually put a gravel tire in this, obviously in this one. I've also put a 43 millimeter gravel tire in this one here, and it was totally fine. Didn't even use the spacer, but they sell this. Nice feature. Once again, with this setup, you can actually ratchet the bike further left or further right, which is a huge help. We just came back from a Colorado trip with a Thule rack, and we did not have that option. And by the time we got to Colorado, which was a long drive for us, we had some rub marks on seats and handlebars. So this rack is going to be a nice setup for when you've got these bikes that you don't want rubbing. It's going to be a nice setup for when we take another trip like that. This gives you a pretty good idea too of the range of the arms all the way out. So you can totally adjust them as far in or out as you want to try to have it off center with your bikes in it. This rack is completely aluminum. It is quite a bit lighter than the Kuat was. So if you're a person who takes it on and off your car a lot, this one is quite a bit lighter. I like that. And aluminum, obviously, it's not going to rust. We live in Michigan, so the only thing I have to watch are the nuts and bolts, and just make sure that they don't rust out on the nuts and bolts. But it's completely aluminum, lightweight. Let me show you a couple things I was a little concerned about. So every other rack out there on the market, or anything you put into a hitch, always has that pin that goes through the hole there. The one-up rack does not have a pin. It's kind of nerve-wracking. I was a little nervous that basically all you do is send you an Allen with a cutout that is for security, so that anybody just with the right size, can't get that to focus, can't jump in and loosen it. It's a key, basically. You put this in here and you turn it just a few times. That rack is ready to come out. There's no pin at all. I'm assuming, or I'm guessing, that that's not a design flaw, that it's fine. It's just something you probably have to watch to make sure that that's always tightened. I'm normally a rider who keeps their rack on all the time, and so I've had to get in the habit of checking that every couple weeks and just make sure it's still tight. If you're a person who takes it on and off all the time, you're not going to probably have to worry too much. I did talk to them about it, and they did say that there was a lock, not made by them, that you can buy that would go around your, I believe, I can't reach down there, normally where you hook up your chains, and then you can go around the actual body of the rack itself, and that would stop it from falling off. You could tighten it to where it wouldn't fall off. So just something they said that they've seen a couple people do, but it must not be a problem, or else you'd be hearing about it. People losing their bike rack. Something else that I did not love at first, and then found out they made an accessory for it, was when you want to put it in the position that it's in now, which is perfect for driving and whatnot, there's one other position, two other positions, you know, kind of like the quarter down so you can get into your tailgate. It's got the flat position when for putting the bikes on, and then it's got one more position where if the bikes are on, and you want to get in your tailgate, you can get into your tailgate. So what I didn't like, which I ended up buying the accessory for, is this little handle here. So it does not come with this handle here. This one, those two bars down, you would have to, you can't hardly see it right now, but this here, you'd have to reach down through the rack, grab that to get it off of the system here, to get that to come down. It's a pain in the butt. You have to reach through the rack. I was like, this is kind of weird. Then I found out they made this handle that goes down. It literally takes a minute to put on. I'm surprised they just don't sell them with that. But then now what it does is you just walk up to it, reach right here in the top. It lifts that difficult piece that's hard to get to. Boom, you're down. So that, I think, should be a standard piece. I think the reason that's not a standard piece is because, you know, they're selling the third piece and the fourth piece that goes on the outside. And if you do have those pieces, you do have to take that off. So I did buy number 3. I don't have it on there. Maybe I'll show you an updated video with that on. But yeah, that's my take on the one-up rack. It's a great rack. Should last me quite a bit. Nothing against Kuat. Kuat's been an awesome rack. They actually Had a couple parts that flaked off on me, and without any questions, they'd send me back replacement parts, even when the rack was 2, 3, 4 years old. So awesome rack as well. I would say this is a step above, just for this, a lot of different reasons. So any questions, give me a buzz, comment below, and I'll try to answer them for you.